Hello my dear friends, you're on the Military Summary channel, and this video we're going to discuss the most important events that took place during the previous night of the local time. And probably the most important update is coming from Kharkiv. As you may know, the Gonzalo Lira died somewhere in Kharkiv prison, in some Kharkiv prison. The journalist Alex Rubinstein confirms the death of Gonzalo Lira and posts a handwritten note from Gonzalo which he received on January 4th. I have had double pneumonia, both lungs as well as pneumothorax, and very severe case of edema, swelling of the body. All this started in mid-October but was ignored by the prison. They only admitted I had pneumonia at the December 22 hearing. I'm about to have procedure to reduce the edema pressure in my lungs, which is causing me extreme shortness of breath, to the point of passing out after minimal activity or even just talking for 2 minutes. I believe you have heard and seen already all these updates, all these, let's say, letters, messages from Gonzalo's father, from Gonzalo himself, this letter. I believe you have already saw the post of Tucker Carlson, who says that Gonzalo Lira died, confirmed, and was asking questions about the situation. I believe you have already saw the report of the United States Embassy replying to Gonzalo's father about the situation with his son. I believe you have already saw the post from the Trump sons, Trump's Jr. about the situation, asking about Zelensky and what the United States is going to do in this case. Yes, we see the situation and we are very sorry about the death of Gonzalo. He was a great man and he helped me a lot in the previous days, in the beginning of probably somewhere in the middle of 2022 and after. We had a lot of roundtables together. But today I will provide you more updates because now, as I understand, I have right to talk, I have right to show you and to describe you the situation, how did that happen. According to information you have and according to updates we have, for example, according to the official Ukrainian position, not just Ukrainian positions, but according to Sarah Ashton Chirila, she wrote a post on the April 18. Reports are that Chilean Russian spy, as she called her, Gonzalo Lira, has been captured in Kharkiv. He is allegedly a Russian saboteur posting as a journalist to destroy Ukraine. So, by the way, he was very happy that Gonzalo was captured, and he posted a lot of posts about Gonzalo. And it was very weird, that when you see that one U.S. citizen blame another U.S. citizen because Gonzalo, maybe he was pro-Russian, maybe he was supporting Russia and the entire situation, maybe he was against Zelensky. I can't tell you for sure, but I know for sure that Gonzalo was seeking for the truth. And he was doing this seeking his own way. Same as Sarah Ashton Chirila, she was also probably seeking for the truth her own way. But at some point, some people took a decision that one point is stronger and more right than another one, than the point and the way that Gonzalo chose. So that's why they took a decision to destroy this seeking path. But this is not the end. He was captured, as you know, on the as she wrote, on the 18th of April, and then there was a court, and Gonzalo was in the prison for 3 months: April, May, June, and July. Somewhere till mid-July. It's 4 months. And after he was released, he received something like a month of freedom. He went out of bail on the 15th of July, maybe 14th of July, and he had some time, and he wrote me email. And he was saying me, this email was written on the 15th of July, and he was saying me that this is Gonzalo Lira, I'm out of bail, I need to speak to you confidentially as soon as you get this message. This is urgent. Contact me on Telegram. He provided me his Telegram number. We will talk there, and I will of course provide you identity confirmation. Tell no one that I have contacted you. Pretend that as far as you know, I'm still in prison. That was his message that I received on the 15th of July. Of course, I didn't believe at first that Gonzalo wrote me, because we are almost every one of us took a decision to choose the same seeking path as Gonzalo. We try to find this real situation, try to describe the real situation that happens in Ukraine, and we knew that Gonzalo was captured. So I had like not a feeling, I had some doubts that maybe that was like SBU, Special Ukrainian Forces, who was written me or something like this. And after that, I wrote him like email, "Hi Gonzalo, hope you're doing well. Could you tell me my name? How did we meet? And what am I doing?" So I was asking him to clarify whether it's Gonzalo or it's maybe like SBU, another Mikola or something like this. Also, I asked my assistant to call him from another Telegram channel, and after all things, he wrote me the final message. "I've just speaking on Telegram with your associate. It was my assistant, and my name is Dima. It was the answer to the first question. I reached out to you to come on my roundtables. You make YouTube videos. Gonzalo, Lira." And after that, we had a call, a very long call. It was on the 15th of July. It was at a very late time. And he was, he wasn't afraid of anything. He was talking like a real man. He was like very strong. He was very clear mind. He has a very clear mind, but he clearly understands what happens with him and what is going to happen with him next. And he told me that that there is a court, and the final court was probably dated somewhere on the 2nd of August. So he was we were talking on the 15th of July, and he told me that the 2nd of August is going to be the final court, when he will be, got some, terms to get in prison, some period. And he told me that according to the local Ukrainian law, he will receive up to 5 years of prison. And he told me one thing during all these conversations, that Dima, I know for sure that if I will be arrested, I will die. It was his words, and he knew that he would die in Ukrainian prison, even when he wasn't in Ukrainian prison. Because that during the April till July, he was in investigation prison. It's a very difficult and complicated place where you're not like in prison, but you're like in a place where you don't have like freedom. And when there is a court and investigation process, it's the most difficult part of prison in ECA region. And after he was released, he clearly understood what was expecting him if he go to real prison, if he go to real jail. And what was the main purpose of his call? He was asking for help. He was asking for help whether I know somebody from Russia, from DPR, LPR, from Russian region, who can help him to run away from Ukraine, to cross the border, to cross the front line, to cross anything, but to evacuate, to escape, because he had time from 15th of July till the 2nd of August. It's almost 2 or even more weeks, and he was trying to find a solution how to run, how to escape the Tarkov, how to escape this situation, and he was fighting till the last second. But as I understand, I told him that I would try to help him. I started searching some things in the internet. Maybe there was some journalist Western journalist who was working for Russia. Like there are a lot of them, not just for Russia, who works on the side of Russians, on the Russian side. There are a lot of them, and who's like Western, like people from United States and many other countries. I gave him few options, but as I understand, those options didn't work out. And after 2 weeks of I don't know what was he doing, those 2 weeks probably he was searching for solution how to run away, how to escape Ukraine. And the thing that came to his mind in the last days is that he will take his bicycle or bike or a car, I don't remember for sure, and he moved to the Hungary border. He moved to the Hungary border, and this is Kharkiv, and he was moving somewhere here in Hungary, and he took a decision to cross the border. It was like his final decision, final things, and he arrived in this area. And if you remember, he published 3 posts during that day, describing the feelings, describing everything. That was like his last messages, last emails. And after he told, so guys, I'm going to try to cross the border, and then the let's say his signal disappeared, and after that we got the email, the post or video once again from the same woman, Sarah Ashton Chirilo, or a man, and he or she was saying that Gonzalo Lira tried to cross the border in Hungary with Hungary, and we capture him once again, and he will go to jail for a very long time. So that was her final, or his final words about Gonzalo. And after that, the next thing we got from Gonzalo is his message that he has problems with his lungs and something like this. I know for sure that SBU, Special Service Ukraine, released Gonzalo in the mid-July till the 2nd of August just with one purpose. Ukrainians thought till the last day that Gonzalo was a spy, was a Russian spy. So basically they released him for those 2 weeks, and he was talking just with using encrypted like channels and so on to not to give anybody to capture his, let's say, messages and so on. But special forces were following him after every single day, every single minute. And Gonzalo was looking for a way how to escape Ukraine, but all these seconds he was under control of special forces. They tried to find the traitors inside of Ukraine, and they were using him as a trap. So that was, and after they were following him till Hungary border. They thought till the last minute that maybe somewhere in the Hungarian border there is like a border, let's say, officer who is a traitor who helps, let's say, Ukrainian to leave Ukraine or something like this. But when they realized that Gonzalo is just a regular man, like a regular journalist who's just seeking the truth, they captured him, and that's it. And that was the story of Gonzalo Lira. Maybe I missed some details, maybe I missed something or something like this, but anyway, this is more or less the situation that started on the 15th of July and ended on the 4th or 5th of January of this year. Gonzalo, you're the best. You was the best, and I hope that you answered the better world. Now we are moving to the situation in Ukraine, and probably Russia also follows Gonzalo, and probably Putin also liked Gonzalo Lira, his work, because after we receive updates about his death, the Russians launched a very powerful missile strike all over the entire Ukraine, and according to the information we have, the explosions took place in Ivano-Frankovsk, the explosions took place in Kiev, the explosions took place in Kharkiv, the explosions took place in Chernigov, and the Kremenchuk in the city of Krapivnitsk in Dnipro. So the entire Ukraine was under very heavy fire. The Russians were bombing Ukraine with different cruise missiles and also with Kinzhal missile. The Russian sources are saying that the main purpose of those attacks was, at least for today, was to suppress the Ukrainian air defense as much as possible, and today's missile strikes was aimed at destroying Ukrainian air defense system. The Russians were using combined strikes starting from 11 p.m. of local time yesterday. The Russians started using Iranians, and some were closer to 3 a.m. of the local time. There were strategical aircrafts in the sky, and around 4:30 from 4:30 till 5 a.m. the rockets start entering the territory of Ukraine, and after that we start receiving significant number of updates about explosions. Yet we haven't received even a single geolocated video confirmations of those strikes, but there was a very heavy fire. Now we're moving to the situation on the ground. We have some interesting details and updates about the common situation, and the most important updates are coming from Avdiivka area. We have some adjustments and clarification. The Ukrainian sources published the video of battle between Russian tank T-90 and 3 Ukrainian Bradleys, and as a result of battle between one Russian tank T-90 and 3 Ukrainian Bradleys, the Russians lost the battle, but at least this video was published by the Ukrainians. Maybe there are some details that were missed, who knows. So 3 Ukrainian Bradleys covered Russian tank under fire with a heavy fire, and basically penetrated the Russian defense of the tank, and that was the battle. Anyway, the most important thing that we need to note from this video is the area where the clashes took place. So as you can see, this is the western edge of the village. So the Russians managed to get very close to the edge positions, and now, according to this video, the Russians, as a result of clashes, as a result of storming operation and pressure, managed to establish control over something like this. We have geolocated confirmation of that, and we will adjust the map before the next video. From the other side, we got another video from the Ukrainian sources published by the 47th Mechanized Brigade, how they were evacuating wounded soldiers along the railways, along the wall in the railways, and the railway stop and the railway block that located to the north of the chemical plant. We'll not watch this video till the end due to this number of Ukrainian, let's say, casualties and wounded soldiers, but as I can say, the evacuation took place somewhere here, so we will adjust this territory and we'll mark this area as a gray zone. So just few interesting but very important updates. The Russians continue pressure in Stepova, and very likely tomorrow or today or by the end of the weekend, the Russians will establish complete and full control over the village, and the clashes will move further to the west in direction of the village by the name of Berdiche. So this just few meters left for the Russians, and then the clashes will start taking place on the eastern edge of the next village. Also, we have some updates from the Rabotina area. The Russians continue offensive operation. We have adjusted the map on the western edge positions in the village. The Russians continue advancing, and today we expect more updates of clashes from this territory. And the clashes continue also in the vicinity of Krynki. From this side, we got few Ukrainian updates, how they were bombing the Russian positions and the Russian forces. The counter-artillery duel continues. For now, as you can see, no progress on the ground. And that's it for this video. Military Summary channel reminds to condemn any violence in the world. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel, put your likes, join my Patreon, and have a good day. Bye bye.